Okay, welcome to the next in our series of Minecraft Education Edition curriculum webinars. My name is Simon. I'm a former ICT and computing teacher. Before that, I was a network manager. I have over 20 years experience in education, including the classroom practitioner. I'm an MIE expert, and I'm also a Minecraft Global Mentor. In this session, we're going to explore how you can use Minecraft to support literacy. In particular, we'll look at how you can use Minecraft to teach elements of the English curriculum. You'll discover how to use education features to support literacy, and also explore featured lessons designed to support literacy and in the English curriculum as well. So let's dive right in. So because Minecraft is a game, it lends itself well to literacy. Because games are immersive, the children can have a 360-degree view of their gaming environment. They can also hear what's going on in the background. It's great for things like descriptive writing. I often say, how can you ask a child to write about something they never experienced? How can you get them to write about a diary entry as if they are Robinson Crusoe on a desert island if they've never been on a desert island? So Minecraft is great because it gives them that experience to write about. It's also great for storytelling. So you could have your children recreate a favourite tale. So it could be the Three Little Pigs, or they could create their own version of the Three Little Pigs, where they make their own houses out of bricks and stone and straw. You can also use it to explore classic literature. So there are examples, and we'll look at some of these a little bit later, that you can download for free, created by educators, where you can explore A Christmas Carol, or Fantastic Mr. Fox, or Treasure Island. You can also use it for role play as well. I was working with a school some time ago, and it was a group of secondary age children, year 7 and year 8, but their reading and writing age was about a year 4, year 5. And the teacher was struggling to find a way for the children to engage with literature. And at the time, they're exploring the traditional version of Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, Jack and the Beanstalk has been watered down over several years to the point where actually in the latest version, I think the giant stole the gold and the egg and the harp from Jack's father previously. So Jack was only taking it back. But in the original fairy tale, Jack climbed up the beanstalk and he met the giant's wife, who was really kind to him and said, keep away from husband. 1 is a giant, 2 gets very grumpy, and sometimes it eats children. So we had the children take on the role of Jack and actually live the story inside Minecraft. And I remember at the end asking the children questions about what they heard, what they saw, what they felt, and talking about the hero of the story. And most of the children thought Jack was the hero for slaying the evil giant. And this one girl, I always remember, she was standing on a chair with her hand in the air, other hand over her lips, jumped up and down. I don't think she meant to be doing that, but she jumped up and down, desperate to answer questions. And she said, I don't think Jack was a hero. And I said, why not? And she says, well, he climbed up the beanstalk, met the wife, giant's wife was really nice. And then after how nice the giant's wife was to him, he came back and he stole from the giants. He stole the harp, he stole the golden goose. This guy, I think it was a golden chicken in this case, and also all of the giant's treasure. But then to finish off, Jack climbed down the beanstalk and then chopped the beanstalk down and killed the giant. And this is using her words. She made the giant's wife a widow, and she says Jack was actually a murderer, which is quite powerful. But what was more powerful and what was more enlightening was when I spoke to the teacher afterwards. She said, this girl is the girl that normally in lessons she'll do anything to escape answering questions. So she'll go to the toilet, she'll tie a shoelace, or say, I didn't hear the question. On this occasion, we found a way to engage that child in this book, and then she went away and started reading the book for herself. I'm not saying that Minecraft is a panacea and it's going to help all those reluctant readers and all those reluctant writers, but it is another tool you can use in your teacher's toolkit to support those students. One of my other favourite ways to use Minecraft to support literacy, though, is instructional writing. So you're probably familiar with this. I remember asking my students on many occasions, what would you like to be when you grow up? So we've got footballer, I want to be a reality TV star, and the other common one is YouTuber. I thought, how can I leverage the power of that? Because these kids want to be YouTubers and watching YouTube all the time. How can I use that in my classroom? So I came up with this idea of, what if we challenge the children to be YouTubers and to design something in Minecraft? So it could be something like a simple rudimentary shelter, it could be a redstone contraption, and then write step-by-step instructions in order for someone else to follow, as if they're writing the script to create their YouTube video. And in some cases, we actually got the children to actually record it and create their video as if they were going to be placed on YouTube. You can also use things like imperative verbs and time connectors to help them with the writing. Also as well, I was very pedantic and I would follow the students' instructions exactly, and I mean exactly, and I'd make deliberate mistakes and the children say, no, I didn't mean that, and they go back and refine their instructions. It's really, really powerful. It's a form of gamification as well because they're trying to beat the teacher. But one of my favourite ways to support literacy is through survival mode. And for a teacher, this is a really easy, quick win. You can do this with very little knowledge of using Minecraft. As I said before, how can you ask a child to write about something they've experienced? Because Minecraft is a game and it's immersive, it gives them experience. So let's launch Minecraft and I'll show you how this works. So imagine you're a teacher and you want the children to write about something they've experienced. So when they launch Minecraft, the first thing they do is click on play. But before that, they can actually click on the coat hanger and they can pick their skin. So in Minecraft, you have two main characters. You've got Alex and Steve. But also on top of that, you've also got the skins or costumes. So the students can customize their character, whether that's to fit in with the game, whether it's Robinson Crusoe or Treasure Island or a pirate, or they can use it to take ownership of their own learning. So you can choose a character. And this is also a great opportunity because once they've chosen the character, you can use that as a stimulus to say, well, what is the background of this character? Why did you pick the astronaut? Where has this astronaut been? Where is the astronaut from? Why did this character want to be an astronaut? So you can use that to create almost like a biography for the avatar. So I'm going to choose my favorite skin, the astronaut. And then once you've chosen your character, you can click on play. Now, I said the easiest way to get started in Minecraft, because I often get asked the question, how can I start using Minecraft in my classroom and start, getting some of the benefits without knowing too much about Minecraft? And I said, this is the easiest way. So you have the children, click on create new, and then click on new, and get them to give their world a name. So I call it my first world. Now this is useful to name your worlds because eventually once you've used Minecraft quite a lot and you've got lots of worlds, especially as a teacher, it's easy to find these worlds later. My first world. And leave it on survival. The only setting I would change is the difficulty. So if I click on the difficulty, you've got peaceful, easy, normal and hard. In peaceful mode, that means there are mobs. So these mobile characters that you can interact with, like pigs and horses and donkeys and polar bears, but there's no hostile mobs. So there's nothing out there to attack you. Now, because we did a descriptive writing task and we want them to write about what they saw, how they felt, I'm going to choose easy. So there are going to be some characters when it gets dark that's going to come out to get them, give them kind of raise their blood pressure a little bit and get them to think about, how did I feel when those monsters come towards me? So I'll do that again just to show you quickly. So all I've done, ask the children to click on create new, and then give my world a name. So my first world. The only thing I've changed is I've changed the difficulty to easy. And then I click on play. So this will create a random wheel for each child. So each child's experience is going to be different because they're going to be teleporting to a different world. So some might be teleporting to a snowy tundra. Some might be teleported to a rainforest. Some might be teleported to a deserted island. So all their experiences are going to be slightly different. It'll take a few seconds to load. So here we are. So I've been teleported to some sort of island chain. I've got some nice rivers. If I have a look in the river, take a quick swim. Usually there's some fish. So I would now say to children, right, what I want you to do is I want you to survive your first night in Minecraft. How they do that is up to them. So they could find a cliffside and then literally with their fists punch a hole in the cliffside and kind of make a shelter inside there. I'm going to go over here, get some dirt. I'm going to build my own basic shelter. So I'm just going to hold there my left mouse button. And you notice as I walk over the blocks, they appear in my inventory. So the inventories are kind of like your pockets. So you've got 9 pockets, which is always useful. You can change between those pockets by either using the scroll wheel on your mouse. I always find a mouse is much easier to use. I'll use my scroll wheel, or I can press the number on my keypad to represent each pocket. So number 1 is my sand, number 2 is my dirt. So I'm going to get a few more dirt blocks, and I'm going to build, well, there's a random chicken, hello. I always seem to be upstaged by something each week. I do one of these webinars. This week it's a very curious chicken. And I'm going to build myself, oh, that's interesting, it's like some monument over in the distance. Again, something that children can write about. I am going to go pop over to this little island inhabited by Sean the sheep, and I'm going to build my little house, my nice little lakeside cabin. So I right click and place my blocks. In Minecraft, a day lasts approximately about 20 minutes. So during that, you'll have the different cycles. So you'll have morning, you'll have evening, dusk, you'll have nightfall. I'm going to simulate that quickly using some commands. We talked about using commands in a previous webinar, so I'll give you some links at the end. Also link to the curriculum alignment guides that someone's asked for. I'll post those in the links at the end of this webinar. So I'm starting to build my house, and then imagine the children were doing this for about 10 minutes and then leisurely building away, really happy. It's nice and sunny. There's nothing to harm them. You have a few harmless sheep and a few curious chickens. Hello. And all of a sudden it'll start to go dark. Now the problem is when it goes dark is all the bad things come out to play. So the creepers, the zombies, all the different monsters, the giant spiders that are coming to get you. So I'm just going to set the time to night. So all of a sudden it's gone dark, and in the distance I can start to see some of those creatures coming towards me, and there's one there, and I can also hear them as well. So I start to panic. I need to rush. Well, I need to get some more blocks and finish off my house, otherwise they're going to be able to get me. So I need to create a door. All of a sudden there's a sense of urgency, which I can write about later. And then also in Minecraft, you have different weather conditions. So you might have, at some point, it might start to rain. So I'm going to simulate that by changing the weather. I'm going to set it to rain. So now you're getting wet, so they can write about, they almost finished the build, and they start to get wet, so they have to hurry up to finish their build really quickly before they get soaking wet. And then to make matters worse, it then started to thunder. and they'll be able to hear the rumbles of thunder in the background. They'll also be able to see the flashes of lightning. I might actually, because my shelter's not built yet, I think I might go and wander over into that ancient monument. At the same time, try and sneak past that monster that's out to get me. Hopefully there's not one of these giant spiders. And hopefully, when I get inside this nice, because surely something like this wouldn't contain any monsters, would it? No. And stop. To stop all the children and then get them to write about what they saw, what they did, how they felt when it started to rain and thunder and lightning and hadn't finished the shelter. What did they do when something got dark and they hadn't finished? Did they change their strategy? Did they try and dig a hole in the ground or try and dig a tunnel somewhere to hide? Or did they manage to build their shelter in time? It's going to be really, really powerful. Now, to support literacy, there are a number of education-specific features that are built into Minecraft. One of these is the chalkboards, and I'll demonstrate all of these in a moment. So there are 3 types of chalkboard. There is the slate, poster, and board. So these serve a number of purposes. So you can use them as a teacher to pose a question. It could be used to set the learning objectives or learning outcomes, and you can even have it so that children write their answers. So it could be that they've role-played Jack and the Beanstalk and they can write part of their story on the chalkboards or on the posters. You also have built into Minecraft the immersive reader. So if you're not familiar with the immersive reader is an accessibility tool. So first and foremost, it'll read aloud what's on the screen, so what's on a signpost or what's on an NPC, and it'll also translate and a few other things. I'll demonstrate this shortly. You also have a camera, so this is unique to Minecraft Education Edition. So children, and I love this, they can take selfies, or they can take pictures of the things they find and then attach that to their portfolio and make some notes. And you have your portfolio and also your book and quill. So here you can see the children can take the photos that are taken with the camera and then make some notes, and they can export that portfolio as a PDF or into a OneNote, for example. So let's have a look at how it works. So I'm going to go back to my Minecraft world, and I'm going to go back to my first world. And I think I'm going to change, the first thing I'll do is I'm going to change it back to day. It's getting a bit scary at that point. Remember the link to the webinar with command blocks. I think it was the advanced session. I'll share that at the end of the session and link to all the webinars. So I'm going to have to be really quick. And do time, set, date. And I think as well, I'm going to go to my settings and I'm going to change that to peaceful and get rid of all those horrible creatures. Still raining though. So as I'm walking around, I can use my camera to take photos of some of the things I found. So imagine I'm exploring this area and I found this strange monument. I could write about who might have created this monument, why this monument exists, how old this monument might be. So I can press E on my inventory. And for this I'll need to be, let's go into creative mode. Just makes life easy for me. But you can give the children cameras in a chest to collect at the start of the game. So if I go back to my inventory now and do a quick search for camera, there's 2 ways you can use the camera. The first way is you can point at the object you want to take a photo of whilst the camera is in your hand and right click and there's your photo. Or if you're of that selfie generation, you can place the camera on the floor and pointing towards your object, and then right click, and there I am. I have a selfie. I can then, if I press the letter E again, I can search for my portfolio. I'm also going to add, whilst we're here, the book and quill, because not many people use the book and quill, but I find it's really useful for a number of things. So the portfolio, if I select it, remember you can use the scroll wheel, or you can, in this case, press number 4 to select pocket number 4. If I right click while that book is in my hand, I can see all my pictures, so I can write a caption. Let's say strange monument, and I can take notes throughout, and then I can export that as a PDF, and I can also put that into a OneNote. But my favorite tool is the book and quill because it gives you more options. So if I select the book and quill and I right click whilst it's in my hand, as you can see, I've got pages to write in. So it's almost like a diary. So this could be your diary if you're Robinson Crusoe, writing about your experience surviving on an island. You can also, as well, if I click on this pencil icon here, I can add, by clicking on the picture icon, I can select my pictures. So I'm going to choose my selfie image, like so, and then I can write some notes. So day 1, whilst on my daily walks, I found this strange looking monument. And then when the child has finished writing their book, and this is a really nice feature, I stole this idea from another Minecraft mentor called Simon Badley. He used to use Minecraft a lot to support literacy, especially for reluctant writers. So when I say reluctant writers, these are children that see writing as a chore, like doing the dishes or doing homework. So when I've finished, I can sign my book. So I'll give it a title. So I'll call this my diary. And then when I sign it, it goes almost like a luminescent purple colour. There's a number of things I can do with this. The first thing I can do is I could, imagine this is Robinson Crusoe, I could dig a hole in the ground and I could go to my inventory and I can find a chest. Like so. And I can place a chest in the ground and I can put my book in the chest. So when someone else visits the island, after I've hopefully escaped on my boat that I've created, they'll come to the island, they won't even know I existed, except maybe there might be an old struct that I built, but they'll find this hidden chest, and then when they open up the chest and grab my diary and open the diary, they can learn my story. So that's one nice way to share your story. What Simon Badley would do is have all the children in the same world, in different areas, searching and writing their diaries. And then at the end of the activity, you get all the children to sign their book, place their books in the chest, and then at the next lesson, the children go back in and pick a book at random and read the story. I also said that you have, with some of them, the immersive reader built in. So imagine I've opened the book and there's my story. I can click on the immersive reader icon like so. And first and foremost, it will read aloud the text.
Page 1 of 3. Page 2 of 3. Day 1. Whilst out on my daily walks, I found this strange-looking monument. Page 3 of 3.
I can change the font. So I can click on the text preferences, so I can make the font bigger or smaller. So it's great if the children using a mobile device like an iPad or Android notebook. I can also change the font. Before I was a teacher, I was a designer. I used to hate Comic Sans with a passion, but now I understand its usefulness, especially how the little A is written within the font. You can also use overlays. If the child needs to use a screen overlay, they can choose it within the game and it will always remember that overlay. If I go to my grammar options, I can highlight important parts of the speech. So I can highlight the nouns, verbs, adjectives, and also if a child is colorblind or if their screen overlay is causing a clash with colors, so poor contrast, they can then change the color of that to make it stand out more. I can also add syllables to make the text easy to read, like monument. And then my favorite, we have the line focus tool. So if you have a child that, especially if they're like dyslexia, dyscalculia or autistic and struggle with lots of information, they can read one line at a time or 3 lines at a time. You have the picture dictionary. So if there's a word that you don't recognize, so like walks, it'll show you a picture of what that word represents. And then also my favorite feature within the immersive reader is you can translate. So if I wanted to, and you can see there's several translations. Let's say if I was a student who just moved over here from France and I was struggling, I wanted to translate it, I can click on French, click on document, and this is my diary entry in French.
Lors de mes promenades quotidiennes, j'ai trouvé ce monument étrange.
And that's just one of the features built into Minecraft. So I mentioned one way you can share your book is to place it in a chest for everyone to read. Another way, and this is great if you want to start telling a story. So you could, as a teacher, create a world on a desert island, and you could take a book and quill, and you could copy and paste using Control-C, Control-V. You can paste the first chapter or the opening chapter of Robinson Crusoe or Treasure Island. You can put that in the book, sign it, and then you could put in a chest for the children to find. Or if I press E again, you have something called a lectern. There we go. And I can place that lectern. Let's place the lectern inside this strange monument. So we can place it here in the middle, like so. And then we can place our book on there. So it could be, imagine this is the Pyramid of Giza. It could be some information about the pharaohs, or it could be information about why this monument is here, or it could be a challenge. It could be an instruction for the children to write about what they think this structure is, why it was built, and how old it was, and maybe who actually inhabited this structure. I mentioned you've also got your signs. So press the letter E again. You have your boards and you've got your posts. Boards are one of my favorite ones. So I will select that and I can place that either freestanding or I can actually place it on an object like so, just by right clicking. So this can be used to share instructions, share your learning objectives or learning outcomes, or you could actually set a challenge. So you could say to children, I want you to role play Three Little Pigs, and then in here write your own introduction or opening paragraph version to the Three Little Pigs. So once upon a time, there were 3 little creepers. Like so. So that's just some of the tools that you can use in Minecraft education features to support literacy, in particular writing. Now, on top of all of this, both Microsoft and organizations like Cambridge have put together lessons and resources to support literacy and all language arts as well. So in Minecraft, if I go back to Minecraft and I save and exit, if I go to my main menu, there are some worlds and lessons already built in. So if I go to my library, I have my subject kits, and you'll notice that one of the subject kits, we have science, maths, is literacy and language. There's two categories. So there's literature studies. So you can research Treasure Island, Kensuke's Kingdom, or Swiss Family Robinson. And then you've got additional lessons. So remember I said there's a Christmas Carol. You also have a Fantastic Mr. Fox and these Cambridge English Adventures. Now, this is a fantastic resource and this is a great place to start. So the English Adventures one and also the League of Literacy. We'll look at that in a moment. So as mentioned, you've got topics like Treasure Island, The Christmas Carol, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and there's more resources online as well. So you can access those at education.minecraft.net/ENUS resources and language arts, or you can just go to education.minecraft.net and just search for literacy. So I mentioned there are some featured lessons. The first one is the Adventures in English, which has been created with Cambridge Assessment. This is an absolutely massive world with lots and lots of activities. So the synopsis is you can practice your English in our storage of a Minecraft world created by experts at Cambridge. So you can complete puzzles, word puzzles and activities, all to support literacy. And you can access that at education.minecraft.net, and it's under ENUS Lessons, English Adventures, or go to education.minecraft.net and just search for English Adventures or Cambridge. Another one of my favourites, which is brand new, hot off the press, is the League of Literacy. So this is based around The Island by Max Brooks, where students will go into the world, they'll read an extract of the island, and then they have to complete some challenges, such as building their own shelter or own house within the world, and then write about it. But rather than hear that from me, let's have a listen to the synopsis.
Imagine being stranded on a mysterious island as the sun starts to set. It becomes clear that you'll need to unravel the secrets of the island in order to survive. Hi, I'm Max Brooks, and I've written books about Minecraft and the zombie apocalypse, among other things. But right now, I need you to use Minecraft to help the hero in my book. Welcome to the League of Literacy, a new Minecraft education program offered in partnership with Penguin Random House and supported by the National Literacy Trust. Here's how it works in 4 easy steps. First, make sure you have the latest version of Minecraft Education Edition. Then, sign up to receive an excerpt of my book, Minecraft the Island, for your class to read and discuss. Next, build a shelter in Minecraft Education Edition based on what you read in my book, but better. Add your personal touch. Finally, create a video of your Minecraft designs and submit them to the challenge. You have until June 1st.
I love these videos. They can say it much better than myself. There's also other lessons. One of my favourite ones is a shipwreck narrative. So in this 20-30-minute lesson, students have to investigate a shipwreck and write about how the ship ended up in that condition. They have to imagine who was on the ship, where the ship was headed, and also maybe write the narrative from the point of view of someone that was on the ship themselves. So how could you write about that if you've never experienced that? I don't think many of your students have actually been on a ship that has been wrecked. And again, you can go to education.minecraft.net and search for a shipwreck narrative, but it's also included within the lessons. So if you look back at some of the lessons, so I'll just show you again where you find that. It's from the subject kit and it's under language and literacy. Let's have a look at literacy studies. I loved the classics, loved Treasure Island when I was younger. I think I read it on holiday once as well. So I'm going to pick a story. Let's do the Coracle. And the nice thing with these lessons that built into Minecraft is you have your learning objectives, so to scan for information, to create a story map using key moments and quotations from the text. But also, as a teacher, you can assign or share. If I click on this button here, prior to lesson, if you have Teams, I can click on that and it will open in a browser, and I can then send that as a team assignment to my students. I can also assign it via Google Classroom, or I can share the link as well. Now, the other nice feature is, many people ask me, what is this? You can add a resource. So if I click on that, what it does is when you send the world to the students, when they press escape to bring up the settings, it gives them an extra button. You can call that button whatever you like. So click here or find out more. And then pretty much anything that has can have a URL attached. So it could be a shared OneNote, it could be shared PowerPoint, it could be a YouTube video, anything you want that has a web address, you can paste it in here. So I'm just going to put education.minecraft.net. But this could be a link to a OneNote where the students share what they found about the text for Treasure Island. It could be a link to another extract from the book, or it could be just your list of learning objectives and learning outcomes, just to reinforce those within the game. Once I've done that, give it a name and then click on Done. So when I share that, so I choose whether I want to share as a link or as a through Google Classroom as an assignment, and then when that's done, so here's a preview of what it looks like. The students will then click on that in their assignment, and they'll automatically load Minecraft with that world already prepared. So you have to tell them the instructions: click on this, click on that, go here, choose this. It's automatically preloaded for them. So let's have a look at what this looks like. So I'm going to click on Create World. So this is what will happen when the children click on the link that you share. You'll automatically launch Minecraft, sign them in, and automatically load the world for them. It'll take a few moments. And then built in this world, there is a number of challenges. My favorite one is the one where I have to explore the island in the Coracle and then write about some of the things I've seen, sort of things I've done, some of the things I've eaten. You can choose to be a vegetarian on Minecraft. So I've got 3 chests. Oh, no, I've got several chests. So I've got scavenger hunt. I have bent gun survival challenge. I'm going to go for sea adventure. So I've got some items I can use. I've got a harpoon for catching some fish. I have my book and quill to write about my experience, and I've got this portfolio with my instructions. So if I select that and open my instructions, so first, find Ben's small boat hidden under the white rock to the southeast of the island. Get in and set off to circumnavigate the island and go all around it by sea. And then carry out the 4 tasks on the following pages and write about it in your journal. So task 1, use the harpoon provided in the chest to catch 3 different fish. Task 2, take an underwater swim. And then describe what it was like, what did you see, what you did. And take the boat so far out that the island is almost out of sight, write about how this made you feel, and think about how Jim might have felt after several weeks at sea with nothing but ocean. So I'm just going to do this quickly. I'm just going to jump in the sea. I'm not going to search for my boat. But then you can have the children then go and have a swim. I think it's because I've got it on peaceful, there's no fish, but they could then write about some of the structure of the scene underneath. They can write about anything they saw. You'll also find shipwrecks as well. So just like that shipwreck activity, you can get them to write about how they think the ship has wrecked, what the ship might have been carrying. So it might have been carrying gold, it could have been a pirate ship, and maybe write about what might have happened to some of the survivors that probably marooned on the island. So once I've finished, I can then, let's go back to the island. Disappointed there's no fish. You usually find dolphins as well, and pufferfish, and salmon. And then I can then select my book and quill, and then here, journal for notes and thoughts. So I can start writing about what I did. So day 1, decided to go for a swim, but no fish. What am I going to eat? And like I said before, essentially Minecraft gives them, oh, there's a pirate ship over there, I can go and explore. It gives them something to write about. So hopefully that's giving you some ideas about how you can use Minecraft to support literacy in your own lessons. So if you found that useful and want to find out more, you can start by heading over to the official Minecraft website, so education.minecraft.net. Here you'll find Getting Started Guide. You'll also find lessons that you can search for. So if I quickly open it up to show you what it looks like. So here we have our language arts lessons, so you can click on Teach with Minecraft, Explore Lessons. So even before you've downloaded Minecraft or used Minecraft, you can go to the Minecraft website and you can actually look at some of the activities that exist that you could use in your lesson. So here we have language arts. We have all those wonderful literacy activities. So a fantastic mix of fox, shipwreck narrative that I talked about, building storytelling, meet and greet, fairy tale reimagined. So these are the highlight lessons. You can also, if you use social media, particularly Twitter, you can reach out to us at PlayCraftLearn. And also, I mentioned before, earlier on about the command blocks and the different commands you could use, where I changed the weather and changed the time of day. That's in one of my previous webinars. You can access all the recordings from those webinars by going to aka.ms/Minecraft edu UK activities. Just make sure you put in the UK, and it's not case sensitive. If you want to take it a step further, you want to learn more about Minecraft, so go on the whole journey to learn the basics all the way to advanced features and how you can make the best use of Minecraft in your lessons, you could head over to the Minecraft Education Edition Teacher Academy. Here you'll find tons of resources, courses and videos, and you can also get certified too. So you can Bing or Google Minecraft Education Edition Teacher Academy, and it's completely free. And then earlier on, someone asked in the chat, where can I access the curriculum mapping? So we put together a new community that's free to join. You just have to complete a form. The link is on the screen below. Here you'll have access to educator resources, so curriculum mapping guides, all the videos, also maps and resources you might not find on the official website. You'll also get access to news and updates for build challenges and competitions. We currently have an awesome competition at the moment where your students can, in teams of 3, win an Xbox console each for themselves and also win an experience day. All the details you can find from the link below, and I'll share it in a moment. And you can also get support from other educators. So support from ourselves, Minecraft mentors, and people that are already using Minecraft and be able to help you on your Minecraft journey. You can access all of that from aka.ms/Minecraft Minecraft EDU UK community. So it's aka.ms/Minecraft EDU UK community. Remember the UK bit, and again, it's not case sensitive. And one of the things you'll be able to access there is curriculum mapping. So at the moment, we have mapped or as many attainment targets as possible for the program study for Year 3 to Year 6 for the English curriculum. We're starting to work on secondary as well, so Key Stage 3, and that's in the works, in the pipeline. Show you what it looks like briefly. So here's the mapping document that you can have access to. We've done this for English, for maths, for computing, humanities, so geography and history, and also for science too. So here you can see for Year 3 and Year 4, highlighted some of the attainment targets. So apply their growing knowledge of root words, prefixes and suffixes, etymology and morphology. So we've got links to Fantastic Mr. Fox and the Treasure Hunt. And we have develop attitudes to reading, understanding what they read by listing this wide range of fiction, poetry and plays. We have Treasure Hunt, Fantastic Mr. Fox, 6-room poem maze, and much, much more. And all that's absolutely free from that website link, so aka.ms/Minecraft EDU UK community. And then finally, if you found this session useful, or if you think you have a colleague that might find this useful, particularly if they teach science, in next week's session, we're going to be exploring, similar to the way we explored today, how you can use Minecraft Education Edition to support the teaching of science. And you can access that, or your colleagues can access that by going to aka.ms/Minecraft EDU/science. And again, it's not case sensitive, aka.ms/Minecraft EDU/science. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next in our series of Minecraft education webinars.